Hello, I'm Tom Bailey, and in today's episode, I'll be getting to know Travis Fox, who is a keynote speaker and founder of the Ultimate Business Quest and has been architecting lives, cultures, and stages for over 30 years now. So, Travis, hello, and a very warm welcome to today's episode.
I appreciate it, mate.
No worries. And just out of interest, whereabouts are you in the world right now?
Well, as you can probably tell, this is not our normal office. I'm actually in Mr. Universe contest. It's going to be happening over this weekend. So I'm coming from the strangest of sets. So thanks for letting me be on the show in the weirdest locations, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely fantastic. And I just want to share a little bit more about you before we did get started. So Travis has been named by Yahoo Finance as a top 20 entrepreneur for 2020 and a top 20 Instagram influencer by BuzzFeed. He's been on radio shows, podcasts, and television programs, and was recently appeared in a documentary film called Beyond the Secret, The Awakening, which is, of course, the long-awaited sequel to The Secret. The title for today's episode is Who is Driving the Car of Your Business? And Travis is going to cover this in just 7 minutes. So question number one today is, who is your ideal client?
The ideal client, actually, believe it or not, is someone who is either A, starting a business or B, growing their business, or in that space where they're stuck in their business. And I know that sounds like we're covering a lot of material, even though we're not, but that's really our ideal client. And here's why. When we start our business, we're excited, we're passionate, we're ready to go, but we don't always have all the steps we need to make a long-term brand, overall success, and most importantly, to discover the hero that we are in the business, because we get so busy working in our business that we forget to work on our business. And this walks you through this entire experience that we call the Ultimate Business Quest.
I love it. Okay, so when clients first come towards you, what would you say is the number one biggest challenge that they're typically facing?
Oh, fantastic. Easy. 5 simple words. Passion, purpose, mission, vision, and legacy. The first 3 are key elements to build in the foundation. So if you think of your business as a castle or a car, if you don't have the right wheels on it or the right engine, you're only going to go so far. So what we really find that when people are coming into business, they have a passion. Most of that passion is because they don't like what they were doing before and they flip it into this new experience, a side hustle business, but it's not genuine passion yet. The second is, what's my purpose? What's the reason I'm doing it? I'm not talking about why. What is the purpose I'm actually willing to get up and grind every single day with the passion to do it? And the third, what is my vision construct? What is the architected blueprint that I can walk myself, my customers, and my company through? And last but not least, what's the mission? Because if you don't know what your mission is, the heart of you, the warrior in you, is going to lose passion and die over time, which is probably why you changed into this side hustle or into this new entrepreneurial journey or whatever you're currently doing. And so when we look at that, all we're really doing if we don't establish our foundation correctly is we're wash, rinse, and repeating from the very thing we just left, and we're going to end up almost with the exact same results. And that's why we get frustrated. And that's really the thing that we find out. And we eliminate that literally within the first 2 minutes. Boom, we show you how to do it, solve it, and get through it, and then take it to the rest of your team and your customers.
Awesome. Sounds like the complete journey that people need when they get into this entrepreneurial space. So my question to you then is, if you could give somebody one piece of valuable advice in entrepreneurship or business, what would that be?
Oh, fantastic. The one piece I would give is learn the difference between these 2 things. One, what's the difference between happiness and bliss? And there's a big difference. I can give you an example of that in a second. And the second one is really understand that more often than not, we quit before we ever commit. We may sound like we're committed. We may talk to our friends that we're committed. We may do round raises and have great success in the beginning, but we're not really committed to the end result. We're committed to the next step, and that's okay. But if we don't know what our mission is, we're absolutely gonna get fried. So that's the challenge you're gonna run into, and learn that happiness is fleeting like a stock market ticker. Bliss is something that you are truly in all the time, and it's on command, and it never runs out. And the last one, which is the law of the land here at the Quest. The law of abundance isn't the law of abundance of wealth, because that comes and goes with time. You make money, lose money, make money, lose money, make money. It's not yours anyways, and we leave it here on the planet. The law of the land is fun. If you're not having fun, you're not gonna do it. I don't care who you are, who you tell me you are, what your degrees are, what your education. I've tested this around the world for 31 years. The law of abundance is fun. If you want to know the real secret to the secret, that's the secret. We talk to you and we show you how to do that in the Quest in a really unique way, because you can never run out of it. You always know how to do it. Everybody wants to have fun with you, and you can never, ever, ever, ever lose it unless you give it away for work or grinding or something else. So it's always about fun.
Great.
You got to keep that in there. And a lot of people get confused about work and fun.
I love it. So yeah, fun sounds amazing to me, and business should be fun, of course. So we've talked about the quest quite a lot so far. Where can people find it? And yeah, can you let us know how people can get hold of that quest?
Yeah, the easiest thing to do is just download it on your Apple or Google store, right? You just type in UBQ, which stands for Ultimate Business Quest. You'll see the castle logo right here, and you start right away. And we designed this thing, again, it's taken us 2 years to get to this project, and we're already getting ready to do our next update next month. And I'm like, wait, come back on the show, Tom, and tell you what we're doing next, because it's next level. But we designed it as, look, you have to go into the fantasy realm, which is where it's scientifically proven imagination works. That's where we create, is in the fantasy realm. And I don't mean daydreaming or fantasizing or going, gee, wouldn't it be great, Tom, if we got this? I'm talking about bona fide science in the fantasy realm, and then that bleeds into your reality. And we obviously approach business backwards. We go, oh, okay, here's the reality. These are all the things we've got to do, and then we'll get to our dreams. It's the other way around, kids. If we're not dreaming and we're not understanding how to get into the fantasy realm and experiment and play and move and manipulate, we're never going to bring it over here, which means if we're always over here, how do we actually really create change? And if you really want to know the challenge of business, we get stuck. We get stuck in our habits. We get stuck in our comfortability. We get stuck in our negativity. We get stuck in our excuses, and our company culture suffers from it. And we start attracting clients that are the exact same mindset, heart set that we're exhibiting, as opposed to let's jump into the fantasy realm, find out who you are, create from over here, let your company culture play, and everybody in their misfitness is where they find their mastership. And then we put that back into your reality, and bang, now we have instantaneous results that's scientifically backed and proven, and it's fun.
Great. Sounds really fun. So one question I have on the back of that is, like, do we need to carve out time? Do we need to carve out a whole day to do this dreaming, or should it be done like 5 minutes a day?
Oh God, no. The way we take you on the quest, when this quest is over a 26-hour journey through over time. So reality check is, if you spend an hour a day, we know most people spend 20 minutes a day, and it's divided up in chunks and video and audio, so you can listen to it online and offline while you're in your car. So you're not carving out time, because let's be honest, Tom, the moment someone says to me, well, I don't have the time, I immediately know they're over here stuck in reality land. Yeah. Because when you say you don't have time, you're the one controlling your time. You choose it. We all do. Yeah. The second thing is when people say, well, I've got to carve out some time. Then I go right back to our first 5. Your passion, your purpose, your mission, your vision, and your legacy are not in alignment. And I don't mean alignment like woo-wooism, and you're sitting on the side of a mountain with a shaved head and an orange robe, although that's great. I'm talking about alignment from what we call the EC formula. And this is part of my work in the architecture side of the quest, we've always heard mind, body, spirit. The problem is you never get past mind. Mind can't solve itself, which is why mindset drives people bananas, because they're trying to have the mind readjust the mind. You're like, as opposed to the EC formula. When we start to understand what our passion is, when you ignite that, your body has this billions of soldiers, you would know them as cells, that change instantaneously. And then our thoughts change. And so it's a very simple formula. What you care about is what you think about. And what you think about is what you'll do. Wash, rinse, and repeat. So we really dive into what you care about, igniting that, bring that to your culture and bring that to your customers, because then they can feel you without having you to sell them. If you have to sell them, that means you're convincing. And if you're convincing, you're not convincing your client, you're convincing yourself. And that's where we start to lose passion. And that's the trick.
Amazing. Do you know, it sounds so great that I feel like I should just get people onto this quest straight away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the quest URL in the show notes and how to download the mobile app. And I'm going to drive as much people towards that quest as I possibly can for you. So Travis, thank you so much again for coming along to the podcast today. I really appreciate you sharing your insights and values. And yeah, hopefully things go well for you in Las Vegas.
Oh, thanks, mate. Cheers. Hope so. Well, luckily I'm not the one competing, because these big boys and these girls, they're built. They've done a lot of work, but again, they've been questing for this. They knew their passion, purpose, mission, and this is their legacy to make it. So again, it still applies. We're just applying in this particular realm. Thanks for letting me on the show, Tom. And I appreciate you letting me do this completely in the weirdest location. I've done one of these interviews before. So thanks, mate.
Thanks again so much. Really appreciate it.